Hello, welcome back. We in previous videos we discussed about netcat and nmap, which is the find scanning and which is find the communications with the targets and what ports are opened and which services running on which ports. And this video we are going to learn about Metasploit, which is going to be exploit the targets and establish the reverse shell and bind shell communications, and which will help you to user privilege escalations and root privilege escalations. So this all tools we will discuss in the Metasploit video. And Metasploit is developed by HD Moore, who is a research developer, security researcher, and he is a developer also. And it was an open source tool. In the beginning, this Metasploit is only collection of exploits and large chunks of programs code reused across different exploits. But it was written in Perl and C assembler. But from the version 3.0, the Metasploit is completely rewritten in the Ruby, okay, which has a flexibility APIs, which has a variety of APIs to communicate with other programming languages, and it will has a good structure of good classes and everything. Okay, and we will discuss in the video about the Metasploit framework and Metasploit file system and Metasploit database, why we need the database. Okay, and which is a Metasploit search and searchsploit, how we can implement new exploit, how we can add new exploits into our Metasploit exploit database. Okay, and then Metasploit web user interface and ARM-Tage. Okay, if I discuss all these things in a single video, is going to be a very big video, so I'm splitting into two videos. The first video is up to search and searchsploit. In the next video we're going to discuss about such Metasploit web user interface and ARM-Tage configuration. Then we will demo how to exploit the target and some basic things. Okay, the first thing, Metasploit framework. So Metasploit framework has three components mainly. What is libraries, interfaces, and modules. And these plugins tools is from the third parties. Okay, and you can use also some third-party scripts and everything in the modules also, but this is the libraries main part of all Metasploit framework. Okay, the first one is a Rex. In libraries is Rex. So Rex is most fundamental component of the entire framework, entire architecture. Rex stands for Rubik's extension library. So you don't need to learn this, but you need to understand. If you want to learn, you don't need, if you want to write any your own exploit, if you want to write your own scanning tool, auxiliary tools, if you are trying to any payloads, so you need to understand how is this framework works. So that is why I'm just briefing about these things. Okay, and the Rex library essentially is a collection of all classes and modules used to develop your own tools. Okay, and a Rex is it mainly handles sockets, protocols, text transformations, and others. It works with nearly every protocol like SSL, SMB, HTTP, XOR, base64, and Unicode. And Msf core provides the basic API. So it is actually defines the Metasploit framework core. So this is some important part of the connecting our library Rex and Msf base. Msf core actually consists various subsystems. It is actually middle. You can see that in a diagram. It's a module management section, module management, and also it will deal with Msf base also. Msf base will has so many communication. You can see the interface with we put the arrow mark is communicated with the interfaces like our console, CLI, graphical user interface, which is I explained that which I told you is about the ARM-Tage and web user interface. And another one is Msf base is also communication with modules, all modules which we are going to use to exploit the target and establish the connection after the post exploit. and all the things. So payloads, encoders, everything. And also it communication with plugins will use when you load the Msf console, so it will load all plugins to run it smoothly. So this is the main architecture, just a little bit brief about the Metasploit framework. I'm not going into deep everything. So that's the one. So the next thing I'm going to discuss about the Metasploit file system. So why I'm discussing file system is it is important if you want to run, if you want to place any your own return exploits, you need to follow this architecture. So that will help you a lot if you want to do that. Okay, this is the folder. The folders are located into uh, different is located in if is in blackarch is located in different location, and if you go into the Kali, Backbox or Parrot, it located into different location. In a blackarch, it's located into opt and Metasploit folder. So you can see that the once you go into the Metasploit folder, all these directory architecture is nearly same. There is no difference between the Kali and everything, but the location of those main directory, Metasploit framework directory is in different location. Once you see that, all the directories contain this data, external libs, modules, plugins, scripts, and all tools. So there is no difference. If you go back to the Kali, so we're going to Kali. So in the Kali is located into user share. Okay, so you can see that user share and Metasploit framework. But once you come into this folder, it's the same folder architecture. You can see that is a data and a libs, modules, plugins, scripts, tools, everything same. So there is no difference. Okay, and the main thing is about the data folder. I'm talking about just a little bit brief about these folders, what it will contain. Data folder is about the editable files used for the Metasploit, all the binaries. Data folder contains all the binaries for the two exploits. Okay, and the another one is a documentation folder. You can see the documentation folder. This documentation just about all the documents. If you want to go there, and you can read that about the post-exploit documentation, whatever, every tool, whatever you use in Metasploit, there is a help like a man page or help, whatever you want, you can get it here, examples and everything. You can, if you want, you can read that. All the commands and everything will be here. Okay, that's the main thing is the documentation. If you stuck somewhere how to use the tool, so you can get all the documentation. And the library contains framework. This is the main like a meat part of the old framework. All libraries, Postgres libraries and Msf library, everything will be here. Okay, so you can see that clearly with the all Ruby files and all the framework. Okay, so this is the main meat part of the Metasploit framework. And another one is the modules. The modules directory is where you will find the actual MSF module like exploits. You can see that this is, you can see the 7 folders here: auxiliary modules, encoders, evasions, exploits, knobs, payloads, and post. Okay, so this is the main modules. Then another one is plugins. Okay, these are all plugins. These are the plugins will load whenever you're using the Msf console. And these are the scripts, Metapreter scripts, PowerShell, resource, some of the shell commands. Yeah, and it will load here. So you need to understand this where you want. If you want to keep some script, where you have to keep that one. So we will discuss about this one little bit later, about how to, if you want to load any your own written tool, how to load into Metasploit database. Okay, and the tools, these tools are written by the third parties like other people, payloads, and you can see that is a if you want to use this any third party written things. Okay, so that's it for this one. Is a and there is another one is a MSF Venom. That is the part of the Metasploit. So this is one single tool is loaded with the payloads, and also payloads and the knobs, encoder, sorry, not knobs, is encoder, payloads and encoders into one tool. Standard is command line version. It is after they combine this one into MSF Venom, the speed is increased to generate the MSF Venom payloads. Okay, so that's why you need to learn that, but we will learn once we finish the Metasploit, and we will discuss about MSF Venom also. And that is for the folder architecture. Next is Metasploit database. So most of the when we doing that, you don't need to use for your Metasploit database, but that if you are doing in a assessment, if you're doing in the client assessment, you must need the database. Why I'm recommending that, when you on set on client side, you scan so many things, you load all the servers IP addresses and you scan them, and you will load all the ports open. So once you close the console, it will lose. If you have the database, it will store everything there, so you can export that from the database and you can check, you can go back and check what was there. Okay, so that is why you have to use the database. If you want to run normally Metasploit configured with the PostgreSQL. So in Kali Linux, you just need to systemctl start Postgres. Okay, so Postgres SQL, so it will start you, it will authenticate, then you can load that one. Okay, sorry, authentication wrong. Okay, you just load that one, so it will start, then you can connect from Metasploit. Okay, but in blackarch is a little bit different, so I'm going to explain that everything in a blackarch. So what you have to do in a blackarch, you need to go to terminal, you need to go first you need to use the check the folder, is the folders are exist or not. So the main folder you need to check is a cd var lib and Postgres and data folder. This is a folder you need to check. Sorry, I put the CA, it's a CD. Okay, permission denied, this folder is exist, that means. Okay, so what I'm doing, that I'm going to sudo -s cd var library post and data. Okay, so this is the main folder you need to check, and you need to check the permission. Sometimes is a permission not there, is you need to check this data folder must has Postgres as a owner of that folder. Okay, ls -l, no, sorry. Okay, so this you can check, see that Postgres is the owner of this data, it has all the permissions on it. Okay, so this is the main folder you need to check. Then after that, you can go back to your then you need to enter the you need to switch to Postgres account. Postgres sorry, I'm doing sudo -i. There is a different ways, but I'm just using one method here. There is a different ways you can switch into the you can run this service, but I'm just using one method here. Okay, Postgres. Okay, once you switch to Postgres, you need to run some default settings for the database creation. Init db -d, and you have to run this one var. So we just telling the default location is init db I'm creating is I'm telling -d option switch is to tell the default location of that one. Okay, library Postgres and data. Okay, so this is the one unit. So I ran this one already, so that's why I is telling that you have to use the different, or you have to empty the directory. So I did that one already, so I no need to do again. So once you run that one, you will see in the bottom you see this success. Please use the below commands to run that. So don't run that, but just you will see the success. Once you done that, just exit from there and you need to start the service. Okay, sudo systemctl start Postgres. Okay, so service is started. Then you can start Msf Console. Okay, Msf Console If you start that one, it will start, but it won't connect the database directly. So you need to use db connect command to connect the database, msf database. Okay, so if you want to see status, db status, so it's not selected, PostgreSQL selected, but it's not connected, so you have to do db underscore connect. So we are using Postgres account here at msf. That's it, connected to Postgres data service, and you can check the status again. So is everything connected? So this is a simple way you can in blackarch, if you want, you can do that. In a Kali also nearly same thing, there is no difference, just you need to start the service and do that one. Okay, and backbox, parrot, everything nearly same. Those are all derived from the Debian, so those are no difference. Okay, and the next thing, this is the database why you need to use. The main thing you need, it will store all the scans. If you want to nmap scan here, if you do the nmap scan here, it will store everything also. Okay, and it will store anything. If you scan any target to exploit, if you did anything, it will store everything into database. You can export that into, you can make it documentation and everything. And the next thing we're going to discuss about search and searchsploit. So what is this search you can do? What is the difference between those? This search option will available in Metasploit Console. This search not available. It won't search whatever you want outside, but this one search here. Okay, like example, if you see that pro FTP. Okay, if you see search pro FTP, sorry, I put the wrong way around, pro FTP. Okay, it will display all the available one. Is an exploit. It's only pro FTP available, only exploits. Sometimes if it's available, something available in auxiliary modules and something available in the exploit side also. So if you want to use that one, search it, and if you want to use 6, just type use 6. So it will load that module. Okay, then you can check the option, what options are available here. So you can see that you just need to configure this local host, and then that's it. Okay, that's the way you can do that. Options, what the options you are available and everything, and then these are the remote hosts. Okay, so you need to configure these things and then do that. Not only this one, if you search anything, if you want to go back command, you will come into the root. Okay, if you want to exit, just type the exit. Okay, so this is about search. If you want to search also, like if I want to find sonic wall, okay, this is a firewall, sonic wall, these are all the sonic wall things, and you will find the years, what is the rank about them. If you normally will use excellent ones and good ones, but normal ones is a little bit tough to, sometimes is not executes or not. Okay, so you need to check these ranks also, and the description also, you need to check everything, what is the description mentioned or what we'll do. Okay, these are the, you can use the, see, if you want anything, just type the number, use and type the number, it will load the module and you can go there. Okay, so this is just about the and searchsploit will available outside the msf console, but those whatever is a searchsploit, some of the exploits not available in msf database. So what are those? Some of them is written in .text format, some of them written in .py, and some of them in the .sh, like shell, those exploits. So you can't load them into msf database, but if you find anything Ruby extension, if it is any exploit with a Ruby, you can load that into such msf database. So we will discuss that one now. Okay, you exit from here. Searchsploit, SCARCH, searchsploit. Okay, okay, searchsploit, if you want to find anything like sonic wall, I want to find a particular version about the sonic wall, is about the sonic wall is about the 2015 one, 8.1.0.214 SV. Okay, so this is the one I want to find. So these are sometimes not available. You can see that is a this is written by the Metasploit, but these are sometimes not available in that one. Okay, we will search. If you want to check this one, copy this one, we go into Msf Console again. We will open different window now. Okay, open tab Msf Console. So if this one is not available in that, you have to check. These are the only we can load into the only Ruby one we can load into the searchsploit database. Not if is anything written in the .txt .py, we are not able to import that. Okay, if I search this one, so it won't available. Okay, so you can see that clearly there is no versions about the anything about those exploit actually. So if you go back here, so this is the exploit we need. If you want to import this exploit, you can see the CGI web apps, or you can import anything hardware web apps. At the moment, how many we have exploits here? 2045 exploits. So when we imported that exploit into Metasploit, it will increase by a number. Okay, so what we have to do, first we have to create whatever the folder path. You can see that this is the path actually where is the database sitting in our machine. That machine A, the location is user user share Metasploit exploit DB. Okay, then exploit CGI web apps. This is the path. Okay, so we need to take out that one and into our search location. So that is actually maintained by, that is a git. Always download the databases and it will store there. So don't mess with those databases. If you want to edit any of these rb file .rbr .txt or .py, copy into your desktop. If you want to copy this one into your desktop, just copy that one into your desktop like cp. It was located in user, sorry, I need to enter into sudo -s. So the thing is, we need your permission to go into root folders. Okay, copy user share exploit db, then exploit. Okay, and CGI web apps. Okay, so we need to copy 42342.txt. okay, .txt to our desktop. Okay, home Ricky and desktop. Okay, so we copied that one. So if you go here, we have that file 42 that file. So what is this? Is an exploit with manual exploit. So you need to follow this all the instruction whatever they mention we have here. Okay, so this is the manual exploit. So this is not import, we are not able to import this one into Metasploit database, but this Ruby extension one we can import into our Metasploit database. So how we have to do, we have to put this Ruby file into our root home root folder. So my home root folder content, you can see that what we have. So here is my home folder. So you have this .ms4, this is hidden folder. We have to put the same directory structure in this one. If I go into that one .msf4, but I'm using msf5 version, but the folder still it looks into that location. Okay, msf4 and modules. So when I go there, there is nothing. So we have to create after the this path, whatever the path is here, all the folders we have to create. This one this one is common for location of that one database, and these are the separated for each modules. Okay, so I'm in a modules, I'm creating this folder structure now. So you must create whatever it if you want to load this one, you have to create this folder structure. If you want to this one, you have to create this folder structure. Okay, so I'm creating mkdir exploits, sorry, exploits exploits. Okay, then I'm going to that one, then mkdir cgi. Okay, then cd cgi. Okay, then mkdir we are doing to web apps. Okay, then cd going to web apps. Okay, So we need to copy our Ruby file, this Ruby file, into that location. What is the location actually we have? So I mentioned that just this is the location. So in web apps we got the Ruby file. What is the Ruby file? Is called 42344.rb. okay, 42344.rb into my current location dot. So this is our current location. I explained this importance of dot in our basic Linux command video. So if you missed that video, please go back and watch that. Okay, so you can copy all that one into your current location wherever you are, so you can see that file. Okay, then what you have to do in this location, you have to update database, our search database. So when you do that one, it will upload all search index and everything update. Okay, so that's it. That's the only thing you have to do, and then go to Msf Console. If you are in Msf Console, you have to do load all command. Okay, so if you are here, reload underscore all. If you are not in Msf, if you want to, sometimes it won't load, then in that case just exit from Msf Console and reload it again. So why I'm doing reload only, so it should be fine. You can see the number here 2045, so it will increase by one number. So that means we load that module into our Msf database. So in that way you can do that. It's a searchsploit is very useful. Sometimes if I see the latest exploits won't available in the Msf database, if I'll show that one to you guys. So you see that 2046 exploits available now. So that means you can load that. You can search here also. See, okay, I'm going to search exploit here. Exploit. Okay, we will come back to this one later. First I want to show you search. So the sonic wall I mentioned just now. Okay, so you will see that this is the one I explained that. So this is the one now available. This one is not available previously. When we see here, so you won't see that one 6. So the 7th one came in here. So that's the way you can just load that one, use 7. So it is the automation process, and you can check the options and everything. So you can do just configure and everything instead of manual thing. Okay, that's why I explained that one. Okay, here is, if you go into the search database, so you can see that guys, today is 17th July. So you can see that is the latest one. So these latest ones are not available in our Metasploit database. So what you have to do, you can just download that. If you just check that if it's a Ruby, it's easy to download. So just check, is a Ruby file? It's not, it's a Python script. So if you just download that file, okay, and go to follow the just instructions. Okay, those exploits not available in Metasploit. So that is why I'm showing here. Okay, if you go to my home folder, downloads folder, so we just download 48676 or 678. So just follow the instruction whatever is in this folder. Open with just mousepad we are opening with. So just follow this instruction whatever is in this Python file. So it's written on 15th. So just follow what you have to configure, user bin Python. So you just follow the instruction. This is a buffer overflow thing. So you just is a clear instructions, everything. Okay, so that's the way you can use the exploit database to exploit new things. Okay, those new things are not available in Metasploit. The next thing we're going to discuss about websploit. So this is already very lengthy video, so I'm stopping here. Then we're going to discuss about Metasploit web user interface configuration, ARM test configuration. Then we're going to practice one basic penetration one. Then after that we will going to burp suit. We learn to burp suit, and then we will learn some more another tool I'm adding. I already discussed in previous video about hashcat, but I'm going to add another tool to join the repair. So we will use how to use that one. That is an important one. So we will discuss that one. Then we will jump on to our CTFs and Walnut and see some other things. Okay, see you guys. Please subscribe for latest updates here. Bye bye. Thank you.